And now minors make up a fifth of the 1,100 Ukrainians accused of betraying their country with acts of arson, terrorism or sabotage, according to the country's security service, the SBU. Here's the story of a 17-year-old who, along with friends, was recruited online to set fire to railway equipment. They now face up to a 10-year prison sentence.
17-year-old Vitaly is awaiting trial for sabotage against the Ukrainian state after a friend recruited him to set fire to railroad equipment. That friend had been persuaded by a stranger online. Vitaly wanted his face and last name concealed.
At first, they promised around $200 per job, but in the end, they backed out and I only received about 1,000 hryvnias.
That's $23 for an act that could land the teen in prison for a decade. Minors like Vitaly make up a fifth of the 1,100 Ukrainians accused of betraying their country with acts of arson, terrorism, or sabotage, according to the country's security service, the SBU. The minors are usually recruited on social media by strangers using aliases, mostly assumed to be working for Russia's special services. The issue prompted the SBU and the National Police to launch an ad campaign, including this video. In it, a young boy follows a Ukrainian soldier, and a girl sets a military vehicle on fire. Both are arrested at gunpoint and put behind bars. According to an indictment, Vitaly was part of a group of teens who set fire to railway communication and signaling equipment. They filmed it as proof. Then they put out the fire. The video was then sent to a stranger who had offered money for tasks, which he neglected to mention, amounted to sabotage against the Ukrainian state. The boys were eventually caught, like the perpetrators in the video, and detained. Their lawyer says they did not intend to harm their country and is asking for the charges to be downgraded from sabotage to the lesser charge of intentional property damage.
I'd definitely recommend not trusting or getting involved with people like that, not believing them and not falling for their tricks.
The SBU regularly speaks to these high school kids about the dangers of being recruited to harm Ukraine. As more Ukrainian youths are accused of these crimes and pushed through an overloaded court system, authorities are asking, what does justice look like for minors persuaded to betray their country? Physics teacher Hannadi Yachny ponders that question daily. He is one of many teachers at this high school in Chernihiv who visits a pretrial detention center to educate Vitaly and other young people in the criminal justice system.
I'm simply going to see children who want to learn and hear something, nothing more.
He told Reuters his interactions with the young detainees are telling.
I can see that they realize they made a mistake, but because they lacked life experience, they gave in to the persuasion of the elders.
The school director says Ukraine's constitution gives everyone the right to an education. But not all teachers want to take part in a program benefiting people they believe have done something unforgivable. The SBU puts blurred photos of young suspects on social media, and the response is almost immediate outrage at what the teens are accused of doing. But it seems they are often motivated by money, not pro-Russian sympathies. Vitaly's mother says he wanted to support his family.
I'll speak on my son's behalf and say that he didn't realize what he was doing. His only goal was to make money.
Vitaly barely remembers how he spent it. A small gift for his brother, or some stationery, perhaps. At least for now, Vitaly is home and reunited with his mother. A desperate Natalia cobbled together $6,000 to bail him out. Her son had spent a year in pretrial detention.
I can't even put it into words. It was very hard. This year was probably the most terrible in my life. He's a minor. His mental health is fragile, and I prayed to God that he would hold on there while I took care of what I needed to do.
Judges declined to speak about his case as the trial is ongoing. The country's deputy justice minister wouldn't comment on sentencing minors, but said Ukrainian society would welcome them back after serving time. But if convicted, Vitaly faces a sentence between 6 months and 10 years, in a country where prosecutors don't hold back in asking for the maximum sentence for sabotage, even for minors.